WrestleMania Backlash review. The Sheamus Ricochet match was a pretty good match to start off the kickoff show, and I think it was a pretty good and exciting match. And I wish they probably would have had Ricochet win this match. That way, you have a more entertaining and exciting feud. Since he had him lose the match and attack Sheamus afterwards, he doesn't look like as much of a threat. And therefore, it might have made more sense if Ricochet won the match. I mean, it could still be a decent feud going forward, but since Sheamus won, there's not really much steam going into this match feud forward. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The first match of the pay-per-view card of WrestleMania Backlash was the women's triple threat match between Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Rhea Ripley. And this match was very, very entertaining, ladies and gentlemen. And I enjoyed it very much. And Charlotte Flair is a stunner as usual. And I really liked her cow print wrestle accessory wear, so that was pretty cool. And overall, it was a great match. And since Rhea Ripley comes out with the win, now, since Asuka lost this match, she was pretty much the main face on the women's division on Raw. So, who's going to take the good guy mantle now on Raw? Rhea Ripley's a heel. Charlotte's a heel. I mean, Asuka, she was basically the main face. Now, who's going to take up that mantle on being a face? Is there just going to be a feud between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley? Who's going to be the face on it? I mean, it'll probably work out, I mean, if they do have a feud. But right now, who is going to be the good guy, the good woman, I guess you can say, the face? Who's going to take that mantle on Raw? I mean, we'll see. But overall, it was a good match. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The next match on the card was the Mysterios versus the Dirty Dogs. And earlier in the pre-show, the Dirty Dogs attacked Dominic Mysterio, and so it was started out as a 2-on-1 handicap match, and Rey Mysterio and the Dirty Dogs had some good action, and they made it to Rey versus the world in this one. And then all of a sudden, an injured Dominic Mysterio came out, and he came out and tagged with his dad. It was the Mysterios versus the world against the Dirty Dogs, and it ended up being a great match. They stacked the card against the Mysterios, and they ended up winning the match in nice and dramatic fashion. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first ever father and son tag team champions. It will be interesting to see how their tag team run goes. I'm calling this right now. I think Jimmy Uso is going to come out and interfere and cause Cesaro in the match, and the bloodline will be a solid pact. And then Jimmy and Jey Uso will defeat them for the tag team championships, and the bloodline will all have 3 titles. That's my prediction. I don't know if this is going to happen, but that's my prediction. So we'll see how that goes. Well, the next match was on the card was The Miz versus Damian Priest. And I think this match was kind of dumb, you know what I mean? they had the lumberjacks be zombies just to promote a movie. I think that was pretty stupid. I mean, that takes away from the talent of The Miz, John Morrison, and Damian Priest, and having the zombies attack The Miz in the ring. I think it was a pretty stupid stunt myself. I think it was pretty good. But the action between The Miz and John Morrison and Damian Priest, it was overall it was a decent match. It might have been good if they didn't use the match to promote a movie instead. It might have been better if they would have probably promoted the talent in the ring putting on the match. That's my thoughts on that match. And hopefully there's better things for Damian Priest going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my views on the Bianca Belair and Bayley match. It was definitely a decent match, but it could have been better because in some areas of the match, and it was particularly sloppy, and the match didn't kind of have a great flow. I think there might have been a couple of botches sprinkled throughout the match, and and especially the end seemed a little sloppy as well. I think she might have, I don't know, it seemed like that pin at the end kind of seemed off a little bit. I think there might have been a botch there. It was an alright match. I think it could have been better without the botches. But I think we'll see a continuation in this storyline. And we'll see how it goes. But the Bayley-Bianca Belair match, it was decent. It could have been better without the botches. I give the match B-. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is my review of the WWE Championship Triple Threat match between Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, and the champion Bobby Lashley. This match had twists. This match had flips. This match had a table destroyed and some people running through an LED board. I mean, this match was truly excellent, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it was cool. It was super duper awesome. And when Braun Strowman did that flip, I was afraid that he broke his neck, but you know what? He did not. And I had an inkling that Bobby Lashley would come back and win the match after being thrown through that LED board. And he did, and he came back and won the match, and they did that to make him look good. And I think the match was pretty well put together, and you know what? I say, hey, let Bobby Lashley be the champ throughout the summer. Let him lose it at SummerSlam. Let him be the champ throughout the summer. I mean, that was, wow, a great triple threat match between these three big men. They brought out moves that we never seen before. I mean, it was A+. A+. So we'll see if Roman Reigns and Cesaro can top that match. I mean, wow. Great triple threat match. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is my review of the main event match of WrestleMania Backlash. It was the match between Cesaro and Roman Reigns. And ladies and gentlemen, that was an awesome, spectacular wrestling match between Roman Reigns. Yes, I said wrestling a match, ladies and gentlemen. This match had a story, and Roman Reigns was getting a little technical during the match. And I think that was pretty cool, you know what I mean? He was saying, look, DB, look what I can do, I can wrestle. Stuff like that. I mean, it was pretty cool. And I mean, Cesaro did great in that match. Those two did great. I think you could put Cesaro in a main event match with a mop, ladies and gentlemen, and you can get a 5-star match out of that. And it was a super duper great back and forth match. It definitely told a story with Cesaro's arm, and he almost pulled it out, but he did not. And Jey Uso came out there after the match was over and beat up Cesaro a little bit. And Roman Reigns is still your WWE champion. So we'll see what they do next with Roman Reigns. And we have at the end Seth Rollins comes out, and he decides to beat up Cesaro, puts his arm in a chair and hits it against the, the turnbuckle, and did more devastation to his arm. And you know what? Since Hell in a Cell is the June pay-per-view, because it's usually in October, but they switched it around to June. And ladies and gentlemen, I think what they should do is they should put Seth Rollins and Cesaro in Hell in a Cell. And that is what they should main event the next pay-per-view with. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. That is a perfect match to put in Hell in a Cell. And Backlash, I think it was a pretty good pay-per-view overall. You take out all the zombie crap with The Miz and Damian Priest. But other than that, the pay-per-view was pretty decent. And I liked it. I think WrestleMania Backlash was a pretty good show. Now let's see if they can carry the momentum into the next pay-per-view. And it feels like Hell in a Cell was just yesterday, but it's it's New Year 2021. We'll see. And I think they should put Cesaro and Seth Rollins in a cell, because I think they got the feud with the most steam. And hopefully, Cesaro gets another shot at Roman Reigns in the future. Cesaro definitely proved that he is a main eventer. And let's hope Vince McMahon sees that as well, because Cesaro is the best pound-for-pound wrestler in the world today. Pound for pound. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my WrestleMania Backlash review. Thank you all for watching. Y'all have a great day.